Good day everyone. Today we will be discussing about the teacher as school culture catalyst. For the objectives, define the school culture catalyst. Enumerate the qualities and benefits of having teachers as school culture catalyst. Explore the concepts of classical Weberian bureaucracy. Today, we will be discussing the role of a teacher as a school culture catalyst, which is an essential position in any school system. Teachers not only pass on knowledge but also shape the school culture that fosters students' learning, supports teachers' growth, and create positive learning environment. Therefore, a teacher's role as a school culture catalyst is critical for enhancing students' achievement and well-being. What is a school culture catalyst? A teacher who acts as a school culture catalyst contributes to creating a positive school culture that reflects the values, norms, beliefs, and tradition of an educational institution. A school culture catalyst manages the classroom environment, engages with students, and plans the curriculum effectively, which creates a positive learning culture. They work to promote a healthy and positive school culture that fosters students' achievement and well being. What are the qualities of an effective school culture catalyst? Firstly, an effective school culture catalyst must have excellent communication, organization, and leadership skills. They must also have a clear vision and what they want to achieve and communicate the vision effectively to the students. Additionally, an effective school culture catalyst must be passionate, committed, and dedicated to fostering a positive school culture. What are the benefits of having teacher as a school culture catalyst? When teacher acts as school culture catalyst, they create positive school culture that encourages teacher and students' growth, fosters community engagement, supports academic achievement. By creating a positive learning environment, teachers instill a sense of shared responsibility and commitment among all members of the school community, which can enhance students' engagement, motivation, and academic success. In conclusion, a teacher as a school culture catalyst is a crucial position in any educational institution. They are responsible for creating and maintaining a positive school culture that fosters students' growth and learning. Effective school culture catalysts must have strong communication and leadership skills, be passionate about their work, and committed to fostering positive learning environment. Now, we will be discussing the concept of classical Weberian bureaucracy. It was developed by the German sociologist Max Weber. The concept of bureaucracy means that the system of government or business administration which operates through rules and regulations. Weber believed that the ideal organization should have a hierarchical structure and operates on the principle of rationality and efficiency. This report will explore the important features of classical Weberian bureaucracy and its relevance in contemporary organizations. Features of classical Weberian bureaucracy. Weber identified three essential features of bureaucracy: division of labor, hierarchy, and written rules and regulation. He believed that these features create a rational and efficient organization that can achieve goals effectively. The following are the key features of classical Weberian bureaucracy. First, division of labor. The division of labor refers to the allocation of specialized tasks to individuals with skills and expertise in a particular area. According to Weber, this division of labor provides the efficiency and effectiveness required for an organization to achieve its goals. Second, hierarchy. The hierarchical structure of an organization is essential to functioning and classical Weberian bureaucracy. It involves arranging employees into clear chain of command which each person has a specific role and set of responsibilities. The higher the position in the hierarchy, the greater the level of authority and control. Third, written rules and regulations. The third essential feature of classical Weberian bureaucracy is written rules and regulations. These rules outline the tasks and responsibilities of each position in the hierarchy, as well as the procedures that must be followed. Relevance of classical Webarian bureaucracy today. Classical Webarian bureaucracy remains relevant today in contemporary organizations. The concept is widely used in the public sector where organizations operate with clearly defined responsibilities and rules. Bureaucratic structures have also been adopted in private organizations, especially those with large numbers of employees and complex operations. However, there are also criticisms of this approach. Some argue that too much bureaucracy can limit creativity and innovation and lead to a slow and inflexible organization. In addition, the strict adherence to rules and regulation can stifle employees' autonomy and creativity. Therefore, contemporary organizations often seek to balance the need for efficiency and rationality with the need for flexibility and adaptability. In conclusion, classical Webarian bureaucracy remains relevant in contemporary organizations. The division of labor, hierarchy, and written rules and regulations provide the foundation for efficient and effective organizational operations. However, it is essential to balance the bureaucracy with flexibility and adaptability in order to achieve optimal outcomes.
Now let us proceed to the whole's organizational inventory. Now here's our learning objectives. First is discuss the whole's organizational inventory and formalization of structure. Second is explain the 6 categories in a bureaucracy. And then the third one is identify the different types of formalization and centralization. The whole's organizational inventory. It is an ambitious undertaking designed to aid career and personal exploration through the self-assessments of needs, values, interests, and abilities. HOI was developed by Richard Hall in 1960 and and it measured the various characteristics of bureaucracy. So, Hall's Organizational Inventory or HOI is used to measure organizational bureaucracy or various characteristics of bureaucracy. So, inventory provides information on areas related to control, how previous experience impact decisions, how rules are followed and enforced, and to what extent a school is departmentalized. According to D.A. McKay in 1946, subsequently adopted and modified the organizational inventory in his study of bureaucratization of schools. He measured bureaucratic patterns in schools using the school organizational inventory questionnaire that operationalize the same 6 dimensions of structures. So here are the 4 organizational types. The first one is the Webarian structure, which is professionalization and bureaucratization are implemented and emphasized. The school's effectiveness is predicted to be high and functions most effectively in a simple and stable environment. The second one is the authoritarian structure. The authority based on position and hierarchy. Its power is concentrated and flows from to bottom. So the basic principles of operation is disciplined compliance to the rules and it is a punish-centered bureaucracy. So the third one is the professional structure. Its decision-making delegated to the staff. Rules and procedures are guides, and administrators' primary role is to serve teachers and facilitate the learning process. Then the last one is the chaotic structure. Chaotic structure is in the low degree of bureaucratization and professionalization. It is inconsistency and effectiveness are common, and authoritarian structure is usually needed to get system back to functioning. Now, let us proceed to the 6 categories in bureaucracy. The first one is the hierarchy of inventory. The second is specialization. The third one is the rules. Fourth is the impersonality. Fifth is the procedural specification. And lastly, the technical competencies. Now, when we say hierarchy of inventory, it means the freedom provided the member of an organization to undertake their specific task without influence of higher level of authorities. Then, when we say specialization, the process of being an expert in a particular area. So, specialization is about the people in the organization which have their specific jobs to do. So, for instance, in a school, there is a principal, teachers, school guards, janitors, staff, and so on. So as we can see that all of them have different tasks and responsibilities in schools. Then the third one is the rules. So rules and requirements are required to ensure uniformity so that employee knows what is expected of them. It can be considered predictable. All administrative processes are defined in the official rules by enforcing strict rules. The organization that can be more easily achieve uniformity in all employees' effort and can be better coordinated. The fourth one is impersonality. So when we say impersonality, it is a bureaucratic organization to its employees' equality. They also treat all customers equally and do not allow individual differences to influence them. Then the last one is the technical competencies. So our behavior directly related to the nature of training and technical proficiency required to exercise effective control. Now, let's proceed to the formulation of structure according to Hoy and Sweetland in 2001. So it stated that bureaucratic organizations have two primary characteristics. These are the formalization and the centralization. Now when we say formalization, it refers to the management of an organization through written rules, regulation, and procedure. So in simple words, formalized structure are those in which there are many written rules and regulation. So the importance of formulation lead to system stability, simplifies coordination and control. Employees know exactly what to do and how to do it. So from management perspective, it is certainly easier to manage a highly formalized system than an organization without any official rules. Now, on the other hand, when we say centralization, it refers to the hierarchy of authority and the degree to which employees participate in decision making. It aims to smoothen decision making and problem solving process since it keeps everything in order and ensures the control makes final calls. So there are two aspects of formalization. These are the coercive and the enabling formalization. So when we say coercive formalization, it involves rigid rules that punish non-compliance and tend to foster alienation. In simple words, it aims to force employee conformity. So the second one is the enabling formalization. It provides flexible guidelines that foster problem solving and empowers employees to be innovative and creative. It refers to the construction of rules, regulation, and procedures in such a way that enable employee to solve the problem that they encounter, to take initiative in organizational process, and to continue professional improvement. Now let's go on to the two types of centralization, which are the hindering and enabling centralization. Now, when we say hindering centralization, it means that there is a high degree of centralization and decisions that are made by those at the top of the hierarchy. In other words, it is an administrative hierarchy that gets in the way rather than helps its participants solve problems and do their work. So administrators use their power to control and discipline teachers in such schools, and consequence is frequently resistance. Now, when we say enabling centralization, it describes an organization where decision making is diffused throughout the organization. And everything school structures are centralized and formalized in a way that problem solving, collaboration, flexibility, change, and professional judgment having an enabling centralization is likely a key to promoting quality school organization. According to Hoy in 2003, a school that has an enabling school structure would have a hierarchy of authority and a system of rules and regulation that help rather than hinder the teaching learning mission of the school, whereas schools that has a hindering structure would have a hierarchy of authority that hinders and a system of rules and regulation that is coercive.
Hello everyone, have a nice day. Today I will be discussing about the teacher as a school culture catalyst. By the way, I am Rosenie Pradel, a third-year college student from Negros Oriental State University, Bais City Campus, taking up DepEd major in Social Studies. Okay, so the objectives of this lesson. So at the end of this lesson, learners would be able to first discuss the Minzberg's coordinating mechanism of structure and the DepEd organizational structure. Second, describe Minzberg's 5 organizational structure. And lastly, explain the role of field offices such as regional offices, division offices, district offices, and schools. Okay, first, let me discuss who is Henry Minzberg. So, Henry Minzberg, an internationally renowned academic author and researcher. So, he is a Canadian academic and author on business and management. He is currently the Cleghorn Professor of Management Studies at the DeSautel's Faculty of Management in McGill University in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, where he has been teaching since year 1968. So, Henry Minzberg have a famous management theories, and these are 10 managerial rules and the 5 P's of strategy. Okay, so did you know that the term organizational structure refers to the formal configurations between individuals and group? So regarding the allocation of tasks, responsibilities, and authority within the organization according to Galbraith 1987 and Greenberg's in 2011. And the word coordination mechanism is a subsystem of the social system that coordinates the activities of the person or organization within it. So wherever a relationship or relations subsist between 2 or more persons or organizations, their activities require coordination and some form. So, Henry Minzberg suggests that organizations can be differentiated along 3 basic dimensions. So first, we have the K part of the organization, which is the part of organization that plays the major role in determining its success or failure. Second, the prime coordinating mechanism, which the major method the organization uses to coordinate its activities. And the third is the type of decentralization, which is the extent to which the organization involves subordinates in the decision-making process. Okay, so Minzberg's organizational model, sometimes referred to as Minzberg's model of 5 parts of organizations. The key parts of the organization is divided into following basic parts. We have first the strategic apex. So when we say strategic apex, it is the top management and its support staff in schools, districts, superintendent of schools, and administrative cabinet. Second, we have the operative core. So the operative core are the workers who actually carry out the organization's tasks. Teachers constitute the operative court in school district. Third, we have the middle line. So the middle line is middle and the lower level management. Principals are the middle level managers in school district. We have fourth, the techno structure. So are the analysts such as engineers, accountants, planners, researchers, and personnel managers. In school district, divisions such as instructions, business, personnel, public relations, research and development, and the like constitute the techno structure. Last, we have the support staff. So when we say the support staff, these are those people who provide indirect services. In school districts, similar services include maintenance, food services, busing, legal counsel, and consulting to provide support. Okay, now let's proceed to the second basic dimension of an organization is prime coordinating mechanism. So these include the following. First, we have the direct supervision, means that one individual is responsible of work of others. Second, we have the standardization of work process, exists when the content of work is specified or programmed. Third is the standardization of skills, exists when the kind of training necessary to do the work is specified. Fourth, we have standardization of output, exists when the result of the work are specified. And fifth, we have the mutual adjustment, exists when work is coordinated through informal communication. Okay, now let's proceed to the third basic dimension of an organization is the type of decentralization it employs. So first, we have vertical decentralization, which means is the distribution of power down the chain of command or shared authority between subordinates and subordinates in any organization. Second, we have horizontal decentralization, which means is the extent to which non-administrators, including staff, make decisions or shared authority between line and staff. Third one, we have the selective decentralization, is the extent to which decision-making power is delegated to different units within the organization. Now let's proceed to the Minzberg suggest that the strategy an organization adopts the extent to which it practices that strategy result in 5 structural configurations. We have the simple structure, machine bureaucracy, professional bureaucracy, divisionalized form, and adhocracy. So first, we have simple structure. So it is the key part, the strategic apex, and it uses direct supervision and employs vertical and horizontal centralization. Examples ani kay relatively small corporations, mga new government departments, and etc. Second, we have the machine bureaucracy. So it has the technostructure as its key part uses standardization of work processes as its prime coordinating mechanism and employs limited horizontal decentralization. Third, we have professional bureaucracy. These are those mga universities, hospitals, and large law firms. Fourth, we have divisionalized form. And lastly, we have the adhocracy. The next one, so these are the Minzberg's 5 organizational structure, from structural configurations to prime coordinating mechanism to key part of organizations to type of decentralizations. So, a while ago, I tackled this, the simple structure, the machine bureaucracy, the professional bureaucracy, divisionalized forms, and adhocracy. And prime coordinating mechanism, we have direct supervision, standardization of work process, standardization of skills, standardization of output, and mutual adjustment. And we have the key part of organization, which is the strategic apex, the technostructure, the operating core, the middle line, and the support staff. And lastly, we have the type of decentralization, which is the vertical decentralization, horizontal decentralization, and the selective decentralization. Okay, now let's proceed to the DepEd organizational structure based on Republic Act number 9155. So, Republic Act 9155 in August 2001, or Republic Act 9155, otherwise known as the Governance of Basic Education Act, was passed, transforming the name of the Department of Education, Culture and Sports, or DEX, to the Department of Education, or DepEd, and redefining the role of field offices such as regional offices, division offices, district offices, and schools. So, Republic Act 9155 provides the overall framework for: first, we have school head empowerment by strengthening their leadership rules, and second, school-based management within the context of transparency and local accountability. So here's are the goal of basic education. So provide the school age population and young adults with skills, knowledge, and values to become caring, self-reliant, productive, and patriotic citizens. So the DepEd management structure. To carry out its mandates and objectives, the department is organized into two structural components. First, we have the central office and the field offices. So the central office, this is maintains the overall administrations of basic education at the national level, while the field offices are the responsible for the regional and local coordinations and administrations of the department mandates. So at present, the department operates with four undersecretaries in the areas of: first, we have programs and project and structures; second, regional operations; third, finance and administration; and fourth, we have the legal affairs. So, Republic Act 9155, Section 2, Declaration of Policy. It is hereby declared the policy of the state to protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education accessible to all by providing all Filipino children a free and compulsory education in the elementary and free education in the high school level. So today, from primary to secondary to tertiary, we have free education for all. We have the school shall be the heart of the formal education system, and the school shall have a single aim of providing the best possible basic education for all learners, and the governance of basic education shall begin all the national level, followed by the regions, the divisions, schools, and the learning centers. So the chapter 1, the governance of basic education, in section 7, power, duties, and functions. So the Secretary of the Department of Education shall exercise overall authority and supervision over the operations of the department. So let me discuss to you the rules and responsibilities and the accountabilities of national level. So first, we have formulating national educational policies. Second, formulating a national basic education plan. Third, promulgating national education standards. Fourth, monitoring and assessing national learning outcomes. Fifth, undertaking national educational research and studies. Six, enhancing the employment, professional competence, welfare, and working conditions of all personnel of the department. And lastly, we have enhancing the total development of learning through local and national programs and projects. So, what are the rules, responsibilities, and accountabilities of regional level? So first, we have defining a regional education policy framework which reflect the values, needs, and expectations of the communities they serve. Second, we have developing a regional basic education plans. Third, developing regional educational standards with a view towards benchmarking for informational competitiveness. Fourth, we have monitoring, evaluating, and assessing regional learning outcomes. And fifth, we have undertaking research projects and developing and managing region-wide projects may be torn through development assistance and or other funding agencies. We have six, formulating in coordination with the Regional Development Council the budget to support the regional education plan which shall take into account the educational plans of the division and districts. 7. We have determining the organization component of the divisions and districts and approving the proposed staffing patterns of all employees in the division and district. And 8. Hiring, placing, and evaluating all employees in the regional office, except from the position of assistant director. 9. Evaluating all school divisions and superintendents and assistant division superintendents in the region. And 10. Planning and managing the effective and efficient use of all personnel, physical and fiscal resources of the regional office, including professional staff and development. 11. Managing the database and management information system of the region. 12. Approving the establishment of public and private elementary and high school and learning centers. And lastly, we have performing such other functions as may be assigned by proper authorities. So now let's proceed to the division level. So here's are the rules, responsibilities, and their accountabilities. First, we have developing and implementing division education development plans. Second, planning and managing the effective and efficient use of all personnel, physical, fiscal resources of the division, including professional staff development. Third, hiring, placing, and evaluating all division supervisors and school district supervisors, as well as all employees in the division, both teaching and non-teaching personnel, including school heads except for the assistant division superintendent. Fourth, monitoring the utilization of funds provided by the national government and the local government units to the school and learning centers. Fifth, ensuring compliance of quality standard for basic education programs and for this purpose, strengthening the role of division supervisors as subject area specialists. Sixth, we have promoting awareness of adherence by all schools and learning centers to accreditation standards prescribed by the Secretary of Education. 7. Supervising the operations of all public and private elementary, secondary, and integrated schools and learning centers. And 8. Performing such other functions as may be assigned by proper authorities. Okay, now let's proceed to the schools district level. First, we have providing professional instructional advice and support to the school heads and teachers, facilitators of schools and learning centers in the district or cluster. Second, curricula supervision. And third, performing such other functions as may be by proper authorities. Okay, now let's proceed to the last one. We have the school level. So first, we have setting the mission, vision, goals, and objectives of the school. Second, creating an environment within the school that is conducive to the teaching and learning. Third, implementing the school curriculum and being accountable for higher learning outcomes. Fourth, we have developing the school education program and school improvement plan. And fifth, we have offering educational programs, projects, and services which provide equitable opportunities for our learners in the community. And six, introducing new and innovative modes of instructions to achieve higher learning outcomes. And 7, administering and managing all personnel, physical and fiscal resources of the school. 8, encouraging staff development. 9, recommending the staff complement of the school based on its needs. And 10, performing such other functions as may be assigned by other authorities. So those are the responsibilities of from national to school level. And that would the end of my report. That's the end of my report. I hope you learned something, and these are my references. Thank you so much, and God bless us all.